Hi everybody and welcome to the Daily Scopes for the 20th of February. So today we've got a super new moon. This is happening at 7:06 a.m. all times of GMT. So this new moon will occur on the 8th degree of Aquarius. So the 8th degree of Aquarius is a particularly special sort of degree because it's associated with the symbol of a beautiful gowned wax figure. That is the tagline, which symbolizes power and influence. This symbol speaks to the idea that even if something appears permanent and unchangeable, it can still be shaped and manipulated. So, change always comes. This new moon is a powerful reminder that even the most influential people are subject to the whims of fate. So Aquarius is all about change, and a lot of planets in constellational astrology, which these weekly scopes and daily scopes are based on. A lot of Venus is going into Aquarius. We've got Saturn going into Aquarius, so it's already there. So yeah, this new moon wants us to think about that although we may think we're in control of our lives, but really, how much of our destiny is truly in our hands? Sometimes, especially nowadays with the inflation, cost of living in the UK, it can just seem like we're all mere puppets, guided by the hands of the government or the hands of fate in this instance. And the new moon is a time to reflect on our place in the grand scheme of things, not to get all scary and be like, oh, I don't have no control, but just to think about the things that we can control. And usually it's only ourselves. We can't control how others treat us, really. We can only be ourselves and hope that people treat us fair, and if they don't, then we move on to the next. So it's a powerful reminder that our decisions and life choices shape our destiny. Yes, but ultimately fate may have the final say, because you may remember a time when you were going after something and you thought you were going to get it and then you didn't get it. Or most of us, by the time we hit like our 30s, we think, oh, we've had at least one failed relationship, and if you haven't, well done you. And but if you have, you get it. So life reminds us that sometimes we can't control the people we thought were going to be there for us. We can't control that even sometimes that our plans that we make are going to go right. And that's not to scare us, but just to remind us that, to have some flexibility. And also not to be too hard on ourselves when things don't go to plan. The new moon reveals to us the beauty of understanding our powerlessness and the freedom that comes with surrendering to the will of the universe, our higher selves, or just to the will of the things that we can actually control and not the things we wish we could control. So at the time of this new moon, we've also got Moon conjunct Saturn, Sun conjunct Saturn, Venus conjunct Neptune, and Jupiter conjunct Chiron. These are big influences, conjunctions. So Moon conjuncting Saturn gives us the sense of soberness to the energy of this new moon and this lunar cycle of the new moon. So Saturn conjunct the Moon gives us seriousness and discipline to how we approach our goals and our intentions. And Saturn is actually the co-ruler of Aquarius alongside Uranus, which is the new moon is in the 8th degree of Aquarius. So the Sun conjuncting Saturn also, so we've got the two luminaries, the Sun and the Moon, conjuncting Saturn, giving us a practical and focused energy, encouraging us to take small, meaningful steps towards what we want to manifest. Venus conjuncting Neptune brings an increased sense of compassion and sensitivity, and is a reminder to be gentle with ourselves and extend understanding and patience to others. The transit of Jupiter conjuncting Chiron brings healing insights into our lives and a much needed reminder of our inner strength and the courage to embrace our vulnerabilities. The negative impact of these transits of the Moon and Sun conjunct Saturn are notorious for making us feel lonely and more depressed and full of sorrow and lacking energy and enthusiasm. Yet Venus and Neptune's conjunction brings about a sense of confusion as well, and escapism through drugs and alcohol or other substances, and can lead to misunderstanding and delusionment. So try and tap into the positive aspects, which is the courage to embrace your vulnerabilities and to stay focused on what you need to. If you are feeling down, cry, feel down. I'm not saying ignore your feelings, but try not to escape into drugs or alcohol or anything else that's going to harm you in the long run. Finally, Jupiter's conjunction to Chiron has the potential to open up our old wounds, so this also adds to the tensions that can come about within yourself or in relationships, so just be mindful of that. But we also have got the Sun SemiSextile Venus, Mercury SemiSextile Uranus, Saturn SemiSextile Pluto, and Uranus SemiSextile Chiron. The Sun SemiSextile Venus brings a gentle energy, providing a sense of balance, harmony and peace. Meanwhile, Mercury SemiSextile with Uranus creates a spark of creativity and originality, encouraging us to think outside the box. Saturn SemiSextile with Pluto gives us the strength to cut through the fog and focus on what really matters, and Uranus's SemiSextile with Chiron gives us hope with a reminder that we can heal our wounds and come out even stronger on the other end. Also today, at the time of the new moon, Mercury makes a semi-square to Venus, Venus makes a semi-square to Uranus, and Mars makes a sexti-square to Pluto. So this complex interplay of different planetary transits may bring about sudden, unexpected changes and potential conflicts that could be destabilizing, but could also lead to creative breakthroughs and incredible growth. So going back to what I said earlier about Jupiter's conjunction with Chiron, Venus's and Neptune's conjunction and the Sun and Saturn, use those energies to stay stable. And the energies of Mercury semi-square Venus, Venus semi-square Uranus and Mars sexti-square to Pluto can help you find that growth if you're looking for that right now. These challenging planetary transits could sometimes lead to, again, inattention and confusion, but they also support taking action and finding solutions. So even though the semi-squares of Mercury, Venus, Uranus and Mars and Pluto are adding to that tension, it can also help us to move forward. Also at the time of the new moon, Saturn makes a semi-square to Chiron and Neptune makes a semi-square to the moon's north node. So these alignments warn us that we may be challenged to balance the energies between our inner and outer selves. Saturn, the planet of limitations, can suggest that we may be feeling restricted in other areas, and with the moon and the sun conjuncting, it's adding to that, amplifying this aspect of Saturn's semi-square to Chiron and also Jupiter's conjunction to Chiron as well. So Chiron and Neptune's semi-square, the planets of healing and spirituality, can bring with them feelings of introspection and soul searching. The North Node represents our destiny, so it provides the vibration to navigate the tumultuous energies of Saturn and Chiron and can offer us insight into how we can align ourselves with our higher purpose. So this energy helps us to question, why am I feeling like this? How can I stop feeling like this? If I've got addictions, how can I stop? What triggers me to be self-destructive or enter toxic relationships? So it provides the foundation to question ourselves and to uncover the highest way to get out of any problems you're facing right now. Also, Mercury makes a sextile to Jupiter, Mars makes a sextile to Chiron, and Mercury makes a sextile to Chiron, and Venus also makes a sextile to Pluto. So as we have seen, the February new moon brings a wave of powerful energy, and the transits of Mercury semi-sextile Mars and sextile Chiron and Mercury sextile Chiron and Venus sextile Pluto contribute to this energy in a big way. The sextiles between Mercury and Jupiter offer us an opportunity to learn new knowledge and to expand our understanding, while Mars sextile Chiron encourages us to healing and growth. So we can see it's a lot of healing, a lot of supporting us going deep and questioning ourselves and moving forward past the pain. Mercury sextile to Chiron also provides a chance to accept the lessons of the past, and Venus sextile Pluto encourages us to make changes and take actions towards our actions. So if there's been things you've been putting off, we've all got life goals when we're young, in our adolescence, we all want to take on the world and be the best we can, and then by the time sometimes we reach from anywhere late 20s to early 40s, we can just have given up on life completely. So now this energy is allowing you to think, what from my past is holding me back? How can I stop it from holding me back? How can I move forward? And Pluto is supporting you in that, Venus is supporting you in that, and Mercury Sextile Chiron is supporting you in that deep introspection, self-care and love, understanding, forgiveness and acceptance as well. Also, Mercury's trine to Mars and Mercury Square Uranus. So we've got a lot of Mercury placements, a lot of Mars action going forward. Uranus making us think outside the box. And of course, the moon's in the constellation of Aquarius, which Uranus co-rules. And then Mercury, the planet of communication, getting us to think. So it brings intense energy of honesty and creativity when Mercury trines Mars and Mercury squares Uranus, both giving us the opportunity to move forward with our passions and speak our truth with clarity and confidence. Mercury squares to Uranus, it encourages us to open our minds and be open to the unexpected. With this combination of energies, we have a chance to explore new ideas, take risks, and challenge ourselves to think and act differently. These transits can give us the courage and insight to make positive changes and decisions that will bring us closest to our goals. So also today there's a few quintiles, so I'm just going to explain a bit about what quintiles are. So quintiles are subtle and esoteric aspects in astrology, and at the time of the new moon, transiting moon is making a quintile to Uranus, and Jupiter's also making a quintile to Pluto. So again, these aspects are supporting spiritual growth, transformation, renewal and contemplation, reflection, making you go within yourself to find the answers. And as we open ourselves up to the potential that lies in the cosmic energy of the new moon, we can use this opportunity to take charge of our lives and create the destiny we desire. So again, these quintiles are helping us go into this time of self-discovery where we can assess our current situation and envision a better future for ourselves, for our families, for our friends, and go forward and change ourselves, because that's the only way each of us can bring about the changes we want to see in our world. So these quintile aspects are providing us with the inner strength and motivation to bring our dreams to completion. So as I said earlier, the moon and the sun are in the 8th degree of Aquarius, and as I explained earlier, the tagline for this is the beautiful gowned wax figures on display. So I'm going to talk a bit more about it. So this is a powerful celestial reminder of the inspiration we can get from the presence of following the examples of authentic humanitarian visionaries. So people that are actually working in our world or who have in the past. So people from history that have wanted to change humanity for the better. And if we follow those who live or are living by their example and not their words, who show us that humanity can grow as individuals and a collective for the better. So if you may get the inner calling and feel inspired and motivated to become a creator of the new, helping to develop a more beautiful and meaningful world, taking on the inspiration from those leaders that are living in the world right now or those from the past to create a future where we all have a chance to succeed and where equality and acceptance reigns. Also, Saturn, the co-ruler of Aquarius, resides today in the 4th degree of Aquarius, and the tagline for this is a Hindu yogi demonstrates his healing powers. So this is a powerful reminder of the importance of using our spiritual energies to restore the natural harmony within us that has been disturbed by our attempts to go above and beyond nature. So as we have a lot of things going on in climate change, we're actually destroying our planet, and I'm not going to get on my soapbox about it and go moaning, but we need to change. So we also sometimes as human beings try to take on too much, and this doesn't mean that we can't be progressive, but it's a reminder to only take on the daily tasks that you can. Don't try and do too many things at once. Sometimes we procrastinate on doing the things, so it's a reminder to actually, if we want to do the big things, we have to break them down into small, preferably daily tasks. Also to think about our relationships, how they're wasting your personal energy, especially if they're toxic, and how if the energy that you didn't waste in self-destructive behaviours, and I know it can be hard if you suffer from addictions and stuff like that to get out of it, but this is calling for you to look within and to see what you can do to heal that wounded child that we all have, and to hear it and to understand it and to make plans to heal it. Also, this symbol of 4th degree of Aquarius reminds us to achieve true balance. We must use all the energies available to us, so the mind, the body and the spirit, soul, higher consciousness, whatever your higher self, whatever you want to call it, and through the disciplined use of physical, spiritual and intellectual energies, we can transcend nature through the mind in a balanced way, rather than in a self-destructive way we have all been collectively programmed to do. Instead of trying to overreach and push beyond your boundaries of your natural state, it's a reminder that we must embrace our humanity and our connection to the spiritual world to find proper balance and harmony within ourselves. Spiritual healing is a powerful tool for restoring energy and harmony, and we've got a lot of Chiron, SemiSquares and conjunctions helping us do that as well, to heal, to tap into that spiritual realm. At the time we currently live in, we have all seen what rampant capitalism has done to the world, and yes, it ain't all been bad, but still now's the time, according to the planets, to start working with nature and stop destroying it. By connecting with the universe's natural cycles, we can heal ourselves and restore our inner harmony. We can use the wisdom and knowledge of the cosmos to guide us in our journey of self-discovery, awareness and spiritual, intellectual, physical balance. I don't want to say growth because you may not want to put on weight unless you need to, but yeah, anyway, moving on. Just as the planet Saturn teaches us, we must use our spirituality to bring balance into our lives, and this can be done through practices such as meditation, mindfulness and connecting with the natural world, and also through whatever method you want. Some of us find peace and meditate by listening to heavy metal or dancehall music or drum and bass and stuff. It's finding whatever brings you peace, as long as it does actually bring you peace, because a lot of people get put off by things like mindfulness and meditation because they think they've got to, sit in lotus position or do yoga or tai chi to find their inner spirituality. But you can find it by doing the things, healthy things that help you feel connected with yourself, and allows you to open your heart and mind to the power of the universe and experience its healing or higher power or whatever you believe in. Anyway, by tapping into the infinite power of the cosmos, we can nourish our souls and bring harmony back into our lives. Using the planetary energies and psychological, emotional and spiritual transformation techniques to find clarity and peace can be the gateway to your higher purpose. So if you've been thinking, what should I do with my life? Maybe just taking some time out to yourself to reflect, even if it's just 5 minutes, because we are busy a lot in today's world. But I think we should always make time for ourselves and check in with ourselves, because sometimes we can just get lost in work and stuff. I can do that, and we can forget that we are a human being and we have feelings and we've got needs, and we should check in with ourselves to try and fulfill these needs, and to sort of seek guidance and understanding, and to live with it inner knowing that comes from being in tune with yourself and the natural rhythms of the universe. And as you learn to trust the power of the universe, you can be blessed with the courage to take risks and break the bounds of your self-imposed limitations, because sometimes we've got a lot of Saturn's energy. Saturn's conjuncting the moon and the sun, so sometimes Saturn restricts us and makes us depressed and stuff. But on the astrological level, this happens to make us sit back. Saturn's not actually telling us no, you can't live your best life. It's actually giving us the insight to see what we actually need to do to live our best lives, and often it means healing our past wounds and making solid, strategic, well thought out plans to move forward with our lives. And at the time of this new moon also, there's some fixed star aspects that are helping us fulfill this need for growth and exploration. So the moon makes a square to the fixed star Murphak, hope I'm saying that right. So this supports having a focused mind and a driven attitude, and this is matched with the steadiness and strength of the fixed star Rukbat, which is also making a semi-square to the moon. So this helps us to ensure that the results of whatever you focus on are going to be meaningful to you, and also have some profound, in-depth and accurate sort of like connection. So it just helps you to focus on the things that you really want to do, and these fixed stars create a synergy that helps us to create balance between creativity and practicality, ensuring that the results that we want, even if we are challenged, are both steady. So it's sort of like reminding us that, yeah, the world is kind of crap right now, but if we keep on moving forward, we can make those positive changes that we want to see. Also, the moon makes a sextile to the fixed star Myrak, setting the stage for openness and receptivity, new ideas and experiences. The moon also makes a SemiSextile to the fixed star Altair. Sorry, I'm just making sure I get these names. Altair, encouraging us to be bold and push through our boundaries and explore the unknown. Mercury also makes a SemiSquare to Vega, sparking a sense of magical, charismatic meaning that can be difficult to put into words, but be highly felt. So this supports the sort of spiritual work, using tarot in a safe way and trying to contact your guides and higher self and being able to get clear guidance from them. All in all, this combination of fixed stars supports the unique opportunity for further exploration and growth provided by all the aspects that I mentioned. So, in summary, this February new moon is an incredible potent time for reflection and soul searching as we ask ourselves, how much control do I really have over my life? It's an opportunity to take a step from our everyday lives, to take a long, hard look at the choices we have made and the decisions we have yet to make and why we keep putting things off. You ask yourself questions like, do we have free will, or is our destiny already predetermined? This is a perfect time to explore our beliefs around fate and free will, and to reflect on your life choices and how they impact your present and your future as well. To make the most of this powerful new moon, take a few moments to meditate or journal your thoughts and feelings and consider how you can best manifest your desires in a healthy and balanced way. I know that, yeah, affirmations and things work, but we must take practical actions to create a solid foundation upon which to build our dreams and goals. It's a time for you to draw upon your inner resources and go in a direction you never have gone before. So take a chance. What is it do you really want from your life? This new moon, Aquarius, in the 8th degree, is supporting you breaking free and moving forward. The choice is yours. So, yeah, there was a lot going on there in the super new moon, but I just want to talk about two of the transits that's happening today on the 20th as well, which I've mentioned in the new moon analysis. So anyway, I want to go a bit deeper and talk about two of the aspects I mentioned in the main new moon audio, and that was Venus SemiSquare Uranus. So I'm just going to talk a bit more about this. So this aspect can bring a time of instant attractions and repulsions. You can fall in and out of love with someone, a project, a career, or anything else instantly, and this adds unexpected energy to your day. So I say in the new moon, go out there, look for new changes, and beware of looking to the old. Don't just throw it away to make the new, but also just be careful that, yeah, I want you to take risks if you feel, but make sure you plan, because this Venus SemiSquare Uranus can make you just daydream or go off with the wrong lover, or think that you really want to become the next person to walk on the moon right now, and then for a day, and then tomorrow you wake up and see it's a bad idea. So you and others right now can pursue your own pleasure in a reckless manner, regardless of the consequences, because of a need for adventure or to make new discoveries. Some relationships will go through many tests right now. Emotional instability, a tendency for harsh words and actions, especially in group settings, can happen. The best use of this energy, like I said in the new moon, is to be innovative. Resist the urge to just go after your own needs, and yes, go after what you want, but not at the expense of others. That's the main thing again. Don't do things to hurt others. and also try and keep your commitments with others, but if you really can't, try and explain to them why not, instead of just letting them down and having them, keeping them hanging and waiting on. Follow your inspiration, but just don't be rude about it. But you know, it's also important to be assertive right now, because living up to others' expectations always leads to resentment and regrets. You know, most people on the deathbed, they say it's the things they didn't do they regret most rather than the things they did do. So yeah, we've all done things that have been highly embarrassing, I know, but hey, most people regret the things they do not do. So with that in mind, go after what you really want, but just try and be a bit polite about it, like we say in the UK. So yeah, during the Venus SemiSquare Uranus transit, content creators should focus on topics. So if you make content, you can make content that talks about blocks to self-expression, why self-expression is important, creativity and innovation, how people can embrace change and transformation. Talk about how it's important to question our inner values, because Venus rules the second house, which is possessions there, but also our inner values are the things that we really think, really what we believe or what we've been told to that we believe. So just go deep on that. Content creators can also talk on topics relating to breaking down personal boundaries and why we may allow people to do that, or if we've got defensive personal boundaries, why we need to break them down and create ones that protect us, but ones that also allow us to be free. Talking about embracing change and connecting with our individual sense of self. It's also a great time to talk about the importance of personal growth, exploring new ideas and being more open to different perspectives. So yeah, also today I just want to quickly talk about Mercury SemiSextile Chiron. So this is just another warning, because our emotions can come up strong. So avoid the urge to, you know, run from your suffering and numb yourself with distractions, drugs or alcohols. Some of you may receive communication that triggers you and your emotional psychological wounds. If this happens, try to do all you can to listen to any thoughts that come up right now, because sitting with them, although hard, can actually bring you information that can show you what you need to heal and actually provide steps for you to move forward and heal these things. So all in all, this Mercury Sextile Chiron energy could be just a celestial push you need to express and work through your emotions. So although what happens today or over the next 1 to 2 weeks of this new moon period can be painful, try and sit with it. Try and not just numb yourself from it. Try and see it as, what is this experience telling me, what I need to learn and what I need to heal and what I need to do to move forward and to achieve my goals in my life. So yeah, that was the daily scopes for the 20th of February.